The following program is made possible with the support of Papa John's Pizza, Sam's Club, and PortCityDaily.com.
The first round of the state playoffs is in the books, and what do you know? All three of our New Hanover County football teams are still alive. Hey everybody, Joe Katz here from PortCityDaily.com. Welcome to our playoff edition of Sports Roundtable here on New Hanover County Schools TV. Quick recap from Friday night's action. New Hanover at Legion Stadium. Big winners 45-3 over Northern Durham. Laney on the road 41-19 over Fuquay Varina, and Hoggard a 38-34 victory over Durham Hillside. We'll catch up with the three coaches from New Hanover, Hoggard, and Laney during the course of today's show, along with game highlights. And again, I'm Joe Katz from PortCityDaily.com. Coach Earl Smith joining us now from the New Hanover Wildcats. Coach, Wiz Vaughn, 100-plus all-purpose yards. Blake Walston, rookie quarterback, I guess you can say, as a sophomore, his first postseason start. He shines, 243 yards in the air. Big defensive shutout in the second half. Really clicking on all cylinders with that extra week of rest moving into the postseason.
You're right, Joe. We really didn't know how it was going to be because it was a new experience for all of us, having that week off at the end of the season, and a little skeptical about that. But, you know, we had great practices both weeks, and guys came out ready to play.
Really just, like I said, all-around effort. You even got Wesley Gaines of three-point field goal to go up 17-3 at the half, in addition to a Jahan Simmons special teams touchdown. So I know you like anytime the special teams or the defense can get in the end zone for you.
Absolutely. Total game, and like I said, the defense can't say enough. I think we held them to 25 yards the second half, and that was big. And, you know, I think the other key is the week off helped us heal up, and we're pretty much 100% now.
Yeah, looking ready to go, and we'll take a look at some of the highlights here from this 45-3 win over Northern Durham. Again, Blake Walston with a big night at quarterback, and the defense with a huge effort as well.
There's some great pressure from our up front group. You know, we got Chris Taylor, Jemias Williams, Khalil Tony, and Hayden Bauer there. Here, Keegan's going to pick up a big run, 15-yard run, give us a first down on the first drive. And he and Javion were consistent all night. O-line did a good job on our traps. And here's Javion. I think he had 80 yards rushing.
80-plus yards. He scored touchdowns here on the first two possessions of the ball game, so a good start for the offense.
Nice swing pass to Wiz for his first touchdown. Tightrope here down the sideline, puts it in the end zone. And again, all-purpose yards are just what he does. Here Blake's going to connect with a fade route to Lamont. Great concentration.
Great grab by Lamont. Also, that was a big third down and 20 situation for you.
Here again, great pressure up front. Chris Taylor getting a sack. And that was the key. Their quarterback had been out with a broken ankle, and this is his first start in 5 weeks. Here's a great breakup by outside linebacker Troy McCaskill and inside backer Nas Brown.
Yeah, front seven on the defense really had a big game for you.
Yeah, and Nas here on a blitz where he gets a great tackle for a loss. And those two guys inside, and well, all of our linebackers have played consistent all year. Here's Grant Daly with great pursuit again, another tackle for loss there.
He was real fired up after making that play.
Real pleased with our secondary. You know, right now we got 2 sophomores starting back there. And here's Tamon Davis almost gets the pick. Great break by him. Tell you what, the thing that Blake's doing right now has really good cut presence. And there, you know, you see what he does here with the run, gets first down, and not forcing it, standing there as long as he can.
That was another third down conversion for you too on that scramble.
Now again, Blake connecting here with Malcolm Hill. The thing that's going for us right now is he's spreading around. He's really seeing the whole field. Here's the 19-yard field goal with 2 seconds left. That was big for us because they had kicked a field goal on us earlier. And thought about going for it there, but I thought it would be a great opportunity to kick a field goal. Here's another physical run by Javion. I think he can punish some folks too because of his strength.
He's a good changeup with Keegan there in the backfield for you.
My wife put this on here, but that was a pass interference that gave us the first down. Punched it in there. And again, Jahan Simmons just keeps on getting better every week. Here's a great solo tackle by him for loss. And he had a big night.
Such a good kid. I caught up with him after the game. He had some great things to say about the team.
Again, another breakup there. Taymon and Q. See this. A flat route to Javion. Thing I like, Blake's really throwing the ball overhand. He's doing some side arms earlier, especially on our bubble screen. You can see there, nice touch there. Good blocking downfield. And here's the run. Wish we could run it back. It's special young man there.
Yeah, pretty explosive play there by Wiz Vaughn. Sideline to sideline right there for the junior slot back.
And again, we didn't let up. We come out ready to go. I think this will be our last score. Slant route to Malcolm Hill. And I believe, yeah, this is the, we call it a safe, but we have our outside linebackers go through every time just to make sure they punt it. And Troy does what he's been coached to do. I wasn't trying to block it per se. He was late in the game trying to run it up or anything, but I talked to their coach about it. He understood. He heard me call safe, but he just ran the guy into him and block punt. They do what they're coached to do.
Troy McCaskill with the block punt. Jahan Simmons comes away with the special teams touchdown, 45-3 over Northern Durham. But Coach, won't be as easy here coming up on Friday, heading into the second round. Every team right now playing for their season, and you're going to go up against a quality Cardinal Gibbons team that put up 70 against D.H. Conley in the first round. So a tough test for you coming up on Friday night.
Yeah, they're in that league with Hillside, and their only loss this year was to Hillside. And they just, we've got to slow them down, and we've got to control the ball some and score, make sure we score as much as we possibly can, because their offense is very similar to ours, and they have a great quarterback.
You come away with the victory, but another good thing for you is you're unbeaten on your home turf this season. So playing at Legion Stadium is a big plus for you.
Yeah, that's you can't say enough about that, and we're all excited about. We always talk about playing on Thanksgiving. It's a week early this year, as far as the way the play. Usually it's third round, but it's a unique time, and I'm gonna shout out to Coach Yeoman and Coach Underwood having all three Wilmington schools making the second round. It's good for Wilmington football.
Yeah, really an impressive effort from all three teams. And Coach, congratulations on the win and good luck this week.
Thank you, Joe.
That's New Hanover coach Earl Smith. Wildcats big-time winners, 45-3 over Northern Durham. Wiz Vaughn, 4 touchdowns in the victory. Defense posts a shutout in the second half as New Hanover gets set for a second-round matchup against Cardinal Gibbons, 7:30 at Legion Stadium Friday night. We'll take our first time out of tonight's show. Coming up next, the Laney Buccaneers go on the road and use a big effort on both sides of the football to advance to the second round of the state playoffs. Coach Ashad Yeoman right after this quick break.
Welcome to this special Your School News Minute of News. I'm Lauren Ricks. After winning a National Blue Ribbon from the U.S. Department of Education for overall excellence, Wrightsville Beach Elementary School celebrated the accomplishment with a school-wide celebration. Republican Mark Johnson is North Carolina's education chief. He is promising to shake off the status quo with more hands-on solutions. Bradley Creek Elementary School held a luncheon inviting students to bring a veteran from within their family to enjoy a free lunch. It was a moving and emotional day. And Howe Pre-K held a Thanksgiving parade in the school halls. Students carried banners, wore colorful headgear, and showcased all the food they raised for the food bank. For more news, don't miss this week's edition of Your School News and the morning show on cable and online.
For the first time since 2011, the Laney Buccaneers are heading to the second round of the state playoffs. Hey everybody, Joe Katz here, again from PortCityDaily.com. Welcome to our local show, Sports Roundtable, here on New Hanover County Schools TV. Thanks again to Coach Earl Smith for stopping by last segment following the Wildcats' big win over Northern Durham. And I think with Coach Yeoman stepping in now, the Bucs may have heard our broadcast last week when we convened our local media members, talked about how the Bucs were going to potentially struggle struggle if they went behind early. Well, Coach, you went behind early not once, but twice in that game, down 7 twice. You're able to even up the score, 14-14 at the half. Imeke Watkins, huge game, over 230 yards on the ground. Defense forces a couple of turnovers after the break, and the Laney Buccaneers roll on the road 41-19, Coach. I know, you go into a game expecting to win, but when you look at that final margin, 41-19, did you expect to win that big?
Well, we never expect to win that big, but the goal is to win. So we'll take it however we can. 1 point, 20 points, whatever. So I'm just glad we came out on the other end of it.
Things did not start out well for you. They run a trick play on the first play of the game. They score a touchdown. You turn the ball over on your first offensive possession. So really, you start to scramble out here, say, man, we had 2 weeks off. All of a sudden, we're down 7-0. We turned the ball over, but your boys responded in a big way.
Yeah, that's a testament to them. They've been through the fire. I've had these guys since they were sophomores, and we've been through a lot over at Laney High School. So it's a testament to them and believing in each other and just knowing that, hey, we got to play 4 quarters of football. And we talked about that in every week, that's what it's going to come down to. And then when you're in the playoffs, you play great teams, and we knew it was going to be a battle of will.
Imeke Watkins, again, with over 200 yards on the ground. Sherrod Sidbury continues to run the offense pretty well, doing a great job for you. In his first real season, starting at quarterback, the sophomore. Defensively, Ryan Dabrowski with a fumble recovery. Trayvon Green with an interception late in the game to kind of seal the deal. Let's look at some of these highlights from the 41-19 win on the road for the Bucs.
Yes, sir. So like we said, they were driving again because we had turned the ball over, and there's a big play by my senior corner there, Eli Boone, and then we get the ball back. They went for a field goal, and then Imeke takes over, man. That's what he does. And that's just, I'm really proud of him, but I'm really proud of the offensive line and the job that Coach Josh Rusk has done with those guys. And, all our offensive staff and even our special team staff and Coach Andrew Rusk. Those guys have been, with me since day one, and we're kind of coming together and gelling and knowing exactly what we want to get done all around. And then there's my junior linebacker right there. Thomas Bradshaw, I'm really proud of him. That's one of the kids that, stepped up into that role. And there he is coming in with a little bit of a pop there, but he's done a great job all season. This is his first time starting on the varsity level, and he's taken to it, and I'm just proud of the effort that he's shown. And then those few plays there, man, that was the heat-seeking missile. Came and sees that. That boy was a man amongst boys for a little bit there, and he had a great game and stepped up big for us when we needed to, and there's Imeke with some big runs. And then he's capping it off, and that actually made it 14-14 halftime. So, they drove for a little bit. They were big on that weak side ISO, and we had to make some adjustments to make some stops there. And just came and sees that, coming off the edge from the Mike position and making that tackle out wide on the option. So, Imeke had a great game, and what I'm really excited about is his vision. He sees things that it doesn't look like it's there, and then you're like, whoa, man, how did he pop out of that? And that's Reggie Smith, one of my wide outs. Again, we don't throw the ball very often. Luckily, he was down on that, so I punches it in. But those guys block all game long, and we try our best to, get them something, to show them, hey, we appreciate all your hard work. And they're not me guys anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But that's Al-Fahim Walcott with a big catch for us on third down, keeping the chains moving, and then Imeke, doing what he does, seeing it out wide, and Micah Harrison with some big blocks on the outside for us. We tried to get him involved a little bit. We just overthrew him a little bit, but I'm proud of the effort that he's had all season long. He stepped in for the first time. He didn't play last year as a sophomore, and then there's Eli Boone coming up with a big stop for us. They're driving on us. We actually give up a field goal. We scored. It was 21-14, and then they were driving, but my boys, they're resilient, and that's what it takes to be successful. When things go wrong, there's that silent assassin, man, getting after you. They did a great job all night long of and watching them on film, doing some tough things, and there's Al-Fahim coming up with a big play. Great job by Sherrod putting it on him. Giving them an opportunity to make a play on the ball is what we asked for. Now, there's a silent assassin, baby, coming up with it on the option, sticking his hand in there, coming up with a fumble, and then we cap it off with a nice score here. Jason Billingsley, 2.0, baby. I got to get it right. Jason did a great job all night long as well. So, I know Imeke gets a lot of credit, but Jason Billingsley does a great job for us. And then there's a pick right there. They were driving the ball again, and we talk about, big-time players make big plays, man, when we need them. And Trayvon, they kept trying to pick on him, and then he came up with a big score. And what's funny about this touchdown here is it was coming out of timeout. Now Meek said, "Hey man, if you don't score, I'm taking over. I'm taking over." And so Jason Billingsley said, "Okay, I got something for you." And he one-upped him, man. He took it to the end zone. And again, that's a testament to the offensive line and the wide receivers doing their job, and him finishing it off.
Jason Billingsley, Sherrod Sidbury, two guys that are just sophomores for you and really contributing in a big way. You see Sherrod just flick the ball down the field, and it's just it could go 40 yards. Man. So the arm strength on that kid, he's got to be on some college radars here if he's not already soon to be. With that said, Coach, your defense especially, you have a lot of seniors on that defense. Eli Boone being one of them, stepping up in a big way. The front seven really, front four with Deontay Hicks, Dabrowski, Trayvon McGee, Lewis Powell, Czak in the middle. I mean, you got a lot of experience. So when they go out on the road and they're able to pick up a win, that must boost their confidence up even more heading into a real crucial game on Friday.
Absolutely, and again, we talked about it earlier, but those guys are battle tested, and again, they were thrown in the fire as sophomores, and what I'm proud of is that they stuck together. We have been through a lot of trials and tribulations in the first 2 seasons with just 5 wins, and they believed in us as coaches that we were going to put them in the best position to be successful, and it's a testament to them and their hard work that we've been putting in the off season, because I really don't give them much time off, man, and they don't complain, they just get after it, and it's the fruits of their labor.
If anything, it definitely shows maybe some of these younger guys are going to have to fill into these big roles that, this is what it takes to play winning football, and now they're reaping the benefits of that by winning your first playoff game since 2011.
It's a mentality, and that's one of the things that we've been trying to get over the hump of is mentality. We've always had great skilled players, great athletes, but we just struggle a little bit with the mentality side of it, and again, that's a testament to some of the things that we do in our off season with the mental training as well as the physical training, and I'm just proud of the guys and the effort.
Coach, heck of an effort Friday, 41-19. Doesn't get much easier for you, but you know what? Yeah. Great way to start the playoffs, and hopefully we can continue this into a big game against Wake Forest coming up on Friday.
Absolutely.
Coach, enjoy your Thanksgiving. I know you're not going to get much of it, but get back on the practice field. Look forward to Senior Friday.
Thank you.
Coach Ashad Yeoman from the Laney Buccaneers, the Bucs 41-19 winners to open the state playoffs for AA state tournament as they head to Wake Forest on Friday, day after Thanksgiving. Thanks again to Coach Yeoman for stopping by here on Sports Roundtable. We'll take our final break of tonight's show. We'll catch up with the head coach of the Hoggard winning Vikings with a big victory over Durham Hillside when we get back from this quick break.
Sure, they're juicy and delicious. But did you know fruits like melon and mango are packed with vitamin A to help you see better? Eating fruit can also help make your teeth, skin, and hair healthy and strong. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
High school football fans, welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm Joe Katz from PortCityDaily.com. Winning football across New Hanover County to open the state playoffs as we conclude tonight's show here on New Hanover County Schools TV. The Hoggard Vikings went on the road up to Durham and pulled out a 38-34 win over Hillside. Josh Jones, probably the biggest game of his high school career, second-year varsity starter. He throws for over 300 yards. Colin Hare, senior wideout, has a big game, and the Vikings move the ball early. They score late. Coach Craig Underwood joining us now here on set, and Coach, 38-34. You knew it was going to be a tough test going up to Durham to take on a Hillside squad, but you got to be really impressed and proud of the performance your boys put in back on Friday.
So proud. That Hillside, great program, great team. I think they only had 1 loss. So to go up the road, handle that trip maturely. You mentioned Josh. Josh played incredible behind great effort from the offensive line, but just the distribution of the ball. Colin had a great game, but Patrick Morrison had multiple catches. Chet Reddick, C.J. Pipkin, Trey Hauser. I mean, just, and then those guys in the backfield, Rashad Wallace and Tony Allen. I mean, just offensively, it was just a great game plan and execution.
Well, I was going to go with that, the game plan. You've got an experienced offensive coordinator with you, and you get that extra week to scheme for a Durham team. So you got to think that, you know, your X's and O's were where they needed to be. Still need to execute that. But, you know, with that said, you did what you needed to do on offense to win the game.
Exactly. Coach Demick and Coach Locklear, Coach Brzezicki, Coach Knight, those guys do they run our offensive side of the ball and just do an outstanding job of getting that game plan in each week. And then defensively, I mean, I'll say our guys, they battled. I mean, Hillside was putting up a lot of points. You know, and we had a tip ball that turned into an interception for a score, and then we had a kickoff return that led to a score. So really 21 points given up by the defense, big interception at the end. Multiple third down stops, so just proud of our guys all around.
Big effort, 38-34 winners over Durham Hillside. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Friday night up in Durham.
Here we go on the offensive side of the ball. Again, just the passing game. He had 334 yards passing. This was first play. We ran a little double move. You know, always risky to kind of go for that home run on play one, but told Coach Demick to go for it, and he was all about that. Here's Josh running it in. So Colin Hare on the big catch to start it, and there's Josh Jones on a bootleg to finish that drive. Sorry the film's a little hazy. That's because the field was covered in fog, but that's Will Morton banging an extra point in for us. Will stepped up with the injury to Jeremiah Kim. He's done great at kicker for us, particularly with extra points. Cullum Crowley getting us pressure off the edge. Daniel Eason and Mackenzie Frazier helping finish it up inside there.
Coach, you think that offensive play, that first big home run play, really sets puts the defense back on their heels when you're able to convert?
Certainly. It was just a great momentum, exciting moment. Sideline stands are really into it. There's another big-time catch by Colin Hare, well-thrown ball by Josh. Trey Hauser running those jet sweeps really helped set up several of our play-action passes. There's Colin on another catch for a touchdown. Colin, I'll tell you, he's played incredible. That's Mackenzie Frazier getting the big paw up in the air and knocking that ball down. I think we had 4 batted balls from our defensive line. So defensive line, major contributors to this one. Patrick Morrison, I think people see him as a blocker, but man, he has incredible hands. And that was a major catch on third down. So at one point we were 12 of 14 on third down. Wow. So third down efficiency was outstanding. Very proud of the guys and their execution on that. There's Hare, just a little seam route or glance route that we knew had opportunity. So we had a good matchup there, and Josh put the ball in the money. Good protection. Again, notice the protection that he has here. Been able to dump it off. Patrick again working and going and moving the chains, getting those first down after first down.
Well, Josh, the quarterback, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 reads that he's going through thanks to the offensive line.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you, we did Cullum Crowley coming through, a big play there. But, we ran a little bit of an RPO system this game, and that's a lot of that is putting weight on the quarterback to make the right decision, and he did an outstanding job. This is Josh Bell and Mackenzie Frazier coming through. I'm sorry, Landon Romano. Landon Romano coming through with that big-time sack right there. Pinned him at the goal line. We got good yardage on the punt return, setting up another score. This is just an Y screen to Patrick Morrison. I didn't look at the numbers, but Pat had around 10 catches, I think.
Oh, wow.
So, Tony Allen pounding the end zone there. We're not hiding what we're doing here. It's just, offensive line, going to get in that great push. Again, seeing the excitement. Hillside, great offense. They were able to answer at times. We were able to maintain a 2-possession lead for the majority of the game. But that last play right there, that was the interception that sealed it. They had an onside kick that was a little question. It was foggy down there, and I think they struggled seeing that the ball was touched at 8 yards. But anyway, so they were given the onside kick, and so we had to go out and get another defensive stop with it, 38-34, and Cullum Crowley, big-time interception there, senior captain coming through.
It couldn't happen to a better kid to be able to make
That's
a play
right.
down in a clutch situation. Defensively, you talked about a lot of batted balls now. Is that something you see maybe in film that you can see that, maybe the quarterback is, undersized?
Well, I'll tell you, the biggest piece with Hillside is, their offensive tackles, one's 6'7", 330, and the other 6'4", 300 plus. So, in terms of them building a wall and a solid pocket around that quarterback, couldn't get hands on him every time, but Coach Hall does a great job working with those guys on getting those hands up, and it paid off.
Big victory, obviously, on the road. You're going to have to do it again as you head up to Greenville to take on a quality Rampants team in J.H. Rose. I know some early returns on that team is that they have a lot of experience, especially at the quarterback's position. So how do you game plan here for the guys this week moving into Friday?
I'll tell you, they're very explosive offensively, very explosive, and they have good speed, particularly on secondary and a defensive line as well. They're a very good football team. We've got to put together a complete game effort. It's the playoffs, so that's what it should be.
Coach Craig Underwood following the Vikings 38-34 win over Hillside. Coach, you put in all facets of the game last week. Let's do it again this week.
There we go.
Josh Jones with a huge effort, 300-plus yards through the air. Everybody getting involved on the offensive end. Defense coming up in clutch time to pick up the victory for the Vikings, who are now winners of 5 straight, playing their best football here down the stretch as we head into the second round of the state playoffs coming up on Friday night. It'll be Hoggard at J.H. Rose in Greenville. Thanks again to Coach Underwood for stopping by. That will do it for our first round playoff edition of the show here on Sports Roundtable. Again, I'm Joe Katz from PortCityDaily.com, and we'll talk to you next week following Friday night's coverage from across the Wilmington area.